Hey guys, welcome back to Princess Connect. In today's video, we're going to be going through the very hard dungeon boss, how to beat it. It's pretty tough on like your gear requirements, but we'll go through the strategy and sort of the sort of tankiness you need to be at to be able to do it. So let's get into it. So the main team we are going to use is going to be a healer tank team where you stall it out, you survive with everyone, then the battle ends. You don't actually lose your units after the battle ends. You basically, everything just stays where it was and you just rejoin at the end of the time limit. Now, there's a few things to do with this where I just want to do some quick notes at the start for those that are pretty much across it. I'll show you my stats and everything on my characters as well. But basically, there's a few things. So when you do finish the first one and you time it out, the boss may be instantly up to his ultimate. So by putting just a random unit in there, like one of your weak units, to take the ultimate of the boss, resets his ability order, meaning that you're going to have a while to ramp up to get to the ultimate. Because keeping in mind, your main team may not be at full health, full energy at the second battle through. The other thing is just along the way, I always just in general try and max out all my energy bars in the in the first 9 stages, just in case there's some situation where I want to put something else in to get a little bit of difference. I never really do it, but I just like to have my bases covered. And on top of that, the last thing is you can use supports over here. So over on the right, you can choose a support that you want to use. You can only use one support per dungeon run through. It costs like 50,000 mana, and that's pretty much all there is to that. Basically just use the support to fill in the gaps. So the basic team that we are going to use is basically going to involve the 2 AoE healers and a tank. I really like the AoE healers. I've heard people do it without the AoE one, the 2 AoEs. But you know, this is just the way I prefer it. That is being Yui and Chica. Yui, really nice because we not only have the AoE heal, but we also have the defense buff for the team. It's only a small boost, but it's still better than nothing. And then Chica, we do have the AoE heal, but we also do have the this one here, which lowers the physical attack of the enemy. So not too bad. You do get the small boost of physical attack for all allies in a radius around the foremost ally, but we're not too stressed about the damage. We're just stalling out and taking our time. So between those 2 healers, you have 2 AoE heals. Yui seems to heal a lot more for me, even though she's got worse gear. She's missing out on her 2 main pieces at rank 7, so don't know, it just works. But yeah, you've got the defense buff, the attack break, 2 AoE heals, really nice. Then you're going to put a tank in. For me, obviously, I do have my Miyako. She's just a thick tank. You can take any tank that you have in. You could use Pecorine or whatever her name is, the beginner tank, if you don't have her. Basically, any tank you want. And then for the last 2 slots, I like to fill it in with the single target healers. So for me, whoops, wrong one. For me, I like using Yukari. Really nice. We obviously have the Veil to protect magical damage. We got the heal, but we also have the TP boost, which TP boost is nice everywhere. I just wanted to throw this in editing because I didn't really go through it well enough in the video, and I didn't really even mention it because I know a lot of people talk about when to deploy this barrier from Yukari. Now, there is like a timing, whether you do it just before the ult or just before the silence, which happens just before the ult for the boss. For me personally, I tried timing it a lot at the start and it just didn't work for me. And now if you are struggling, maybe try timing this ult. I just found it easier in most cases to just throw it on auto, and my whole theory on that was like, the more you put it out, the more you're gonna generate it and the more mitigation you're gonna have. So yeah, it's like, but just sometimes when your healers take that tiny little bit of damage and then they're susceptible to the AoE, it might be a thing that you can do. But like I said, sometimes just playing around with the turn order just changes the mechanics of it as well. But yeah, play around with that if you are having issues, because you can time it to try and negate one thing or the other, either the silence or the ult. But yeah, I just like putting on auto and letting it go as it goes. But once again, towards the end of the battle, I like holding off. But yeah, that is just the one thing I wanted to emphasize more, because I have seen some people talk very passionately about the timing of this. For me, it didn't really matter. When I tried to time it was when I normally failed. So I just found putting on auto was working for me. And then I do use Shizuru because I do have her. And basically she gives some physical defense, and then she puts the barrier up, and then she does also have the heal. So that's the ones I use. You can use like a Maho. You can use pretty much anything. If you see over here on the support, I used Nozomi that I can take. We're just going to use my team here and see how we do. As for gear, I'll quickly go show you guys the gear that we're at for the characters. And keep in mind, if you are watching this further into the future, don't go ahead and refine this stuff until you're at the max rank. You know you're at the max rank when there's one piece that you can't get, like this one. So the game will introduce more stuff, and then you'll be able to rank up further. So don't be getting to rank 7 and going, oh, I have to upgrade all this stuff to do this. Keep in mind, if rank 8 or 9 is available in the game for you, just keep progressing, get up your ranks, and then it'll be more effective for you that way. So here we go. I'm gonna upgrade her skills actually. Let's upgrade the Flower Guard, and we'll upgrade that. So I do have her leveled up a little bit more just because she is squishy without that extra piece of those extra pieces of gear. And then basically she's rank 7 there. Everyone else on the team is pretty much rank 7 with max gear, all fully refined. So that's where we're at. And as you can see, the levels, when we go into the combat, you can see the levels. So Yui's my only one missing 2 pieces of gear. I just don't want to grind that gear for her if I don't have to, because this is like the only place at the moment I'm really using her, so I don't want to really grind that out. But I may do it just so that this becomes easier every day for me, because sometimes, like I said, she does die. So let's jump in. I'll show you a run. Unfortunately, my Miyako doesn't have a full energy bar, but you know, it'll be fine. So something else you want to do, you might want to put it on low speed and on manual, and then only use like these sort of damaging type abilities as you go. But for this, I'm not too stressed, so we'll just go through and use some stuff. I'll save the heals for a little bit. It's not the end of the world if you do use your AoE heals, because you do generate a fair bit of energy when he does damage you. Like for instance, I'll show you this. We'll top everyone up, then he'll use his ultimate in a second, and he's second now. Here it comes. And as you can see, you get a fair bit of boost to your energy. I did just use hers, but it's already available again. It doesn't really matter. So not the end of the world there. And we'll go here with Miyako, get her ultimate in. And then as you can see, we've got one more ultimate to eat. We may be in a little bit of trouble with Yui, because like I said, she is a bit squishy and she does struggle. So unless we get a specific heal for her, she may die here. Ooh, just survived. As you can see, we're pretty squishy. We've got 22 seconds left. So this is where we're going to stack the heals. And now I'm just going to try and save up on my energy bars, because we've got 14 seconds left. I don't think we need to eat another ultimate from him here. And we should be finished now. So there we go. Not too bad of a position. So this is where we're at now. And something I want to show you guys after this. So to the dungeon, let's go. And let's get back into it. So what I'm going to do now is, and this is why I like to boost those energy bars of everyone else, is because I'm going to jump in here. I'm going to remove all them. I'm going to take a single target damage dealer like Jita. I'm going to put her in. We're going to put her in, put it on auto, get her to do one ultimate like this, do a little bit of damage. As you can see, it's not much, but it's a little bit. And then the boss is going to go straight into the ult, because it seems like he holds his turn order position from the last battle. So you could see that he went straight into his ultimate. So now we've got a little bit of extra damage in, doesn't really matter, but we can go back in and now he starts fresh and we've got that time to ramp up again. So now we're going to go in with this team again. We'll take you, and we'll take you. And now we just rinse and repeat. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So once again, this is pretty much what I do. I put it on full auto until like 20 seconds left. I put it on 3 times speed. If someone dies, I'll retry. Like I said, sometimes my Yui will die, which sucks, but normally we're not too bad. That was a really bad heal. I should have held out on that heal. See, as you can see, Yui died in that one, and I don't know why. This is why I'm probably just going to upgrade her gear. So with the Yui, I do just... Sometimes if I just change the order of things, it works out better. So we'll just keep going and jump in. So because that one failed, now I'm going to take it off of auto, and I'm just going to recycle, like change the method of the way I use my abilities. And then we'll just see if we can actually make it work like this. So let's jump in. As you can see, we survived there with a different ability order, and we should be pretty good to go from here now. So now we just keep going. Keep it on the 3 times speed. If Yui drops, I will use an AoE heal early, just because she's the one that's most at risk of suffering from it. Now I'm going to slow it down a little bit. We're going to pop this stuff. Go again. And see, Yui's a little bit low, which gets me a little bit worried, but hopefully she'll be fine. Please. There we go. Got it. Survived. I think I am just going to finish her gear just so I don't have to worry about that sort of thing. And something else I can do as well is I can leave you like hold out on that second AoE heal so that Yui stays a little bit lower so that she does get a heal. But there you go. That's that one finished. I wasn't looking at the timer. Unfortunately, I would have held out on some of those abilities. But once again, we go back to the dungeon. We jump in, we start again, we go in, we bring someone else. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and bring you because you can do a bit of burst damage with one ability. Now, I didn't check the boss's order, so I could be wrong here. He might not even use his ultimate, but I'm hoping he does. Nope, he didn't use it. Okay, so sometimes you get into that position where he doesn't actually use it, in which you can bring a tank. If you want to check the order, all you can do is you can bring in your normal team. So I can do something like this, and we can do this and this. So I can bring this in just to see how long it's going to be before he actually does get his ultimate off. So we can just literally see here and go, well, if we survive, we just keep going. If we don't, then we can put that other unit in. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So if we go here, my Miyako's getting a little bit low. She muted that. Those guys should survive. We will take this heal if we can get it. Nice, that's really good. So that worked out all right. So the turn order's not too bad for us at the moment. We're going to survive that. Roll straight back into it. And then we're pretty much fine from there. So hopefully we keep going. And that's going to be it. And like I said, as you get more levels, it's going to be easier. If you're lower level, it's going to be harder. All that type of stuff. We should get one more AoE heal before his ultimate, and then we should be pretty good. Ooh, we might lose Yui here. We might lose Yui, so we might have to reset the order of it and change the way we do it, because we are going to get hit there, and we lost the Yui. So once again, it's that sort of process. I'm just going to keep going. I think that covers everything. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go in and I'm going to bring a different tank. Like I said, this would be all much easier if I just put the final 2 pieces of gear on my Yui. But yeah, I'm going to bring in a tank with a DPS. So something like this I'll do, and I'll try and time it out until his ultimate, and then we'll just keep going. But I'm just going to keep doing this, and I'll just play it over with some tunes to get you through it. But that's pretty much all there is to it. Rinse and repeat, and you can get through. Because you have to do it every day, it might be worth just going ahead and putting some more investment into these units just so you can do it easily. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.